Kamusta na kayo?
Hola, hola, everyone.
What's good, everybody? My name is Nico Blitz.
And I'm Jackie Ramirez.
And this is the Mexipino podcast, and we are back at it in real life, in the flesh.
Yes, and it probably sounds a lot better already, too.
Oh, yeah. For sure, for sure. You know, sometimes I'll listen to our podcast in the car, and then I'll just know when we're doing it digitally.
As opposed to real life.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, there's a couple things that happen. Like, one, Jackie and I can, like, read each other's, like, mannerisms in real life. Like, for example, she's yawning like crazy right now.
Stop. I'm tired.
And for two, like, you know, the way we bounce back off of each other in real life is completely different than how we do, like, you know, like, over the internet, over the phone. Like,
definitely.
You know, just to put you guys into our world as of recently, right? Jackie and I have come to realize that, like, you know, even though FaceTime and everything like this exists and whatnot, like, it's very hard to read each other, like, over screens.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest difficulties we've had these past 4 months because we've been long distance.
Yeah.
Even though, like you said, technology exists, it is so hard to read a person through FaceTime, through text. You don't know their tone. You don't know if they're upset. You don't know if they're like wanting to talk. And I'm just like, okay, like, and then my automatic response is like to ask, oh, well, what's wrong? And if you say nothing's wrong, I still feel like there's something wrong.
Exactly.
And I need to get down to like the root of it, even if there isn't anything wrong, or I just might get upset and just check out.
Yeah, and then it's very hard to kind of like bring that energy back in, like when you're asking like what's wrong. Like it's the worst feeling in the world when you're having a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
But you know, fellas and or ladies, you know you messed up when your significant other says whatever statement they want to put and puts a period at the end of the freaking sentence. Or when you just get those one-worded responses and then there's a period at the end, you're just like, what the hell did I do wrong today?
Oh, I do that to let you know that I'm upset or that I'm mad or that like I'm just annoyed with you. I do that all the time.
I know, and you purposely do it.
I know. So then you need to figure out what you're doing to makes me upset or mad or annoyed.
At that point, you know, I'm over here just like, well, shit, did I say something over text? Like, did something happen?
Nico has to analyze everything because he is such a social person and very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Present person on social media and everything, that he has to analyze everything. And I know it's a toxic trait that I have. I won't tell him what it is until he figures it out, or unless it's to the point where like he absolutely is so oblivious to a situation where I'm just like, this is what you did wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I know what your toxic trait is.
I have several and I don't care.
Can I name one?
Sure.
So one of her toxic traits, right? It's like, you know, if you guys go on my Instagram account, like I'll post like a lot of like DJ videos and whatnot.
Oh,
then sometimes there'll be like a random message from just like a homie or something. And then Jackie will hit me. She's like, yo, who's blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? That's just a friend.
That's how they always start off.
Oh my God. They're all friends, but you know what I mean? Like,
and it's not like any, like, you're acting like homies, like you've known them forever. They're people I don't know, and they're people that you've made acquaintances with because of your work and because you have to reach out to a certain type of girl for your job.
See,
so if we're putting it out there, we're putting it out there. If you want to put it out there, we'll put it out there.
Well, that's why I was about to say it's always like it's an understandable situation from like where I'm reading, right? So it's like she just rolled her eyes. Roll your eyes again. Look.
No, I'm not gonna roll my eyes.
But you know what I mean? It's like it's a very understandable situation. So that's why when it happens, it's just like, okay, like I get it. I get where she's coming from. But you know, it is. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I was gonna wrap it up. Did you want to say anything to wrap it up?
No, just finish your thought.
No, but I was gonna lead into like the next topic. That's why.
What was the next topic for you?
Well, I was gonna say like, let's move on to being thankful for things type of situation.
Okay.
Because it is the holidays. Are you sure you don't want to do like one more thing?
No, this is not a therapy session, so we're not doing that.
Well, it is the holidays right now, and we do want to be very thankful for everything that is going on in our lives. I'll be moving back to LA within the next week or so.
Yes.
And, as of recently, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm still, a little bit sick, a little bit on the sick side. But in addition to that, I am extremely sore, like on my legs and on my feet, because I just participated in this Filipino Heritage Night that went down at Crypto.com Arena, RIP Staples Center. And
it was for the Clippers game. Clippers were having Filipino Heritage Night.
Yeah.
As most teams have Heritage Nights.
Yeah.
But this one was Filipino.
Yeah, and this one was special because, I want to give a huge shout out to our friend Roslyn C. And she puts together all of these Filipino Heritage Nights. And she brings together a whole bunch of Filipino actors, influencers, singers, rappers, DJs, like all in one place. So whenever you see like a Filipino Heritage Night, especially at a basketball game, Rosalind's the one who's like putting it together.
Yeah, she's the one who brings mainly like all the people who are in the Filipino community. A lot of the sports teams already have that planned, but Rosalind is kind of like, I guess you would say, our Filipino Central for all these influencers, artists, every Filipino person you can think of that is just, in a spotlight, and she gives them a spotlight to even shine even brighter. And shout out to Rosalind, her new company, 1587.
Yeah, shout out to 1587.
Well. So yeah, it's super great, Rosalind. Thank you. I mean, I was there in support of Nico too, and granted, I'm not Filipino, but it was very welcoming. People welcomed me with open arms, and it's really cool to see that. And I mean, I understand the sense of pride too that you get when I'm at Dodger Stadium and it's Mexican Heritage Night, and there's just so many people like that bought like a certain ticket pack to get like a special jersey or special shirt or whatever, and we have mariachis there, and Heritage Nights just make me feel so proud. They just make me feel like, dang, like there's so many of us, and there's so many of us that are proud to represent that we are of whatever culture we come from. And it's really cool. I mean, like, one of my friends, Hannah Lee at Dodgers, she's Korean, and for Korean Heritage Night for the past 2 years that I've known her and that she's worked at Dodgers, she's always brought Korean candy on Korean Heritage Night.
That's so cool.
So that way we, like her coworkers, can like try it and be like, in the spirit of things too. So because she's very prideful of being Korean,
Yeah.
We had another friend Sammy, who unfortunately like doesn't work with Dodgers anymore. He is Jewish. He is Jewish, and for Jewish Heritage Night, he was super prideful in like all that happening as well. And we were super happy for him too, and we were all supporting of each other. So
well, that's why, like, no matter whatever Pride nights I end up going to, whether it be at like Dodger Stadium or whether it be Crypto.com Arena or wherever, right? Like, it's just that sense of like, even though you're not part of like, let's say the Jewish community, or like if we keep it germane to the podcast, like, even though I'm not like technically part of like the Mexican community, like it's so cool to just get like a taste of what everyone's culture is about. And then you come to realize also on these heritage nights too, it's like, damn, I didn't realize there were so many Filipinos that were going for the Clippers, or damn, I didn't realize there were so many like Filipinos going for like the Dodgers, or Mexicans going for like the Clippers or the Lakers, or like whatever team it is. And it builds this sense of like community,
it definitely does.
It's like this I think you and I were actually having this discussion with like Jason yesterday from SoCal Filipinos, like when it comes down to like having these Filipino heritage nights, and even when it comes down to movies, like what does it necessarily mean when these big companies and these big corporations end up doing something for these communities.
Yeah.
Like, is it leaning more toward like a money grab, or is it really something where they really want to throw down for whatever specific heritage that is?
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of it too, like, yes, money is involved with any type of business that you do. And Heritage Nights, no matter what the sport is, I think it also, like I said, money is involved, whatever. However, teams are aware and very aware of their fan bases.
Yeah.
You know? And the Dodgers, for example, they have such a huge Latino fan base, predominantly Mexican fan base, because they're in LA. Like, they know that Mexican Heritage Night is a big deal.
It's huge.
They know that Filipino Heritage Night is a huge deal because like those, I think there's like a list of like the top 3 or top 4 heritage nights that like sell out, and Mexican and Filipino, and I believe the other one is Korean Heritage Night or Japanese Heritage Night at Dodger Stadium that just go crazy.
Yeah.
And it's because the organization itself, the front office, is very aware. They don't do it just because
we're going to make hella money this time around. Yeah.
No, it's because our fan base is so loyal. We want to make them feel like that they're represented and that they're seen. Yeah. And at the end of the day, their players are Mexican. Some of their players, you know, come from these backgrounds too. Yeah. So it's really cool to see and it would be more, I feel like it would be more of like seen as a money grab if it was just like, okay, you can purchase a ticket pack and you get a jersey and that's it. However, something that I love that the Dodgers do and that I've been a part of and I've seen from behind the scenes is that we schedule mariachis.
Yeah.
You know, we schedule Mexican, American, national anthem singers, any part of in-game entertainment, pre-game entertainment, post-game entertainment, going down to the first pitches, the honorary and ceremonial first pitches, they are of that heritage that they're celebrating that night.
Yeah.
And it'd be different if, like, you know, you're having a Mexican Heritage Night and
then you have like a white singer, for example, doing like the national anthem.
Yeah, if you have a country singer doing the national anthem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't make sense that way, rather. Like, you know, going back to last night at Crypto.com Arena, like Rosin put together like a really good lineup of people who, you know, a lot of Filipino talent that were either performing or even doing something as simple as the shirt toss. Like, you know, when you're at the games and then it's like you see people doing the shirt tosses, it's usually like, you know, the workers who work at the arena or whatever. But, you know, we had like this Filipino YouTuber. He's a boxer. His name is like
Alex Wasabi.
Alex Wasabi. See, Jackie knows. Shouts out to Alex Wasabi. He was doing like the t-shirt tosses and whatnot. Shouts out to Jules Aurora, who ended up doing the national anthem, and shouts out to Easy Mill, who ended up doing like the halftime performance. You know, he performed his hit song Panalo, and he was going crazy. Yeah. I think even like all the dancers were Filipino too behind him.
His dancers were, but the Clippers Spirit Squad, they weren't. Yeah,
for sure.
They for sure were.
Yeah. No, but you know, like Rosin put me in a very like interesting situation. Also, shout out to E-Rock too, because E-Rock DJ'd during Easy Mill's set.
Yes, and shout out to our homies Sullivan and Nico from Manila Gray.
Yeah. I mean, they were
really cool. They're really cool, by the way.
Yeah,
like, they're
super
very,
cool.
Like, you know, what's the word? Social. They're very social, and I always feel like awkward going to like, you know,
social events,
one, and two, I feel awkward going to like a Filipino event with you sometimes when it's just like, I don't know if people know that I'm Mexican or that I'm not Filipino.
Yeah.
And then I also don't know people, so I'm just like, okay, like I just kind of have to gauge if people are cool to talk, if like should I how I can relate, you know? So it's, and then once I get to like actually socialize with people, then I kind of let my guard down and I start to talk more.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like at one point, Manila Gray, shouts out to Nico and Sullivan, like they came up to us and they're like, yo, Nico, what's good? I was like, yo, like it's been a couple years since, you know, now I finally get to meet you guys because I've interviewed them before. And, you know, I've had Jackie like next to me, and then they had their girlfriends. So, you know, they all like, everybody just got to know each other. But, you know, Nico kind of had me fucked up last night.
Why?
Because, you know, last week I told Jackie I was supposed to just run, you know, just get some conditioning going. It was Sullivan?
It was Sullivan.
Okay, it was Sullivan. Shout out to Sullivan. Because, like, you know, I was going to get some conditioning going down yesterday, or, you know, over the past week. Because we were literally going to play like a basketball game on the court. And so Jackie had told them that, but then, you know, I had gotten sick, so I wasn't able to run. So that's when Sullivan is like, oh, shoot, well, I've been at the gym like every day this past week, dog. I hope you ready. And I'm like, bro, like, you better relax. You better relax. I'm not really trying to play like that, bro.
He said that he been practicing, like he's been like, I guess, like shooting around. And then I told him, I was like, yeah, Nico was supposed to run, but he didn't because he was sick. And he just looks at Nico and he goes, good to know. And I was just like, oh. I told Nico, I was like, he's about to fuck your shit up. Like,
dude, fuck both of them.
It was funny is that you were guarding Nico the entire time. So it was Nico on Nico.
Yeah, so at one point, you know, we all put on our jerseys. And the funniest part, if you guys saw my Instagram story, was that Nico from Manila Gray, I guess he had put down that he wanted his number to be 04.
Yeah, he wanted the number 4, but he wanted the 0 in front of it.
Yeah, he wanted the 0 in front of it.
Same with Sullivan. He wanted number 1.
But 01.
And I just thought of it right now. If you put their numbers together, it's 14, and that's your number.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. But going back to Nico, he wanted the number 04, but his jersey said 0.4.
That was the funniest.
And I said, bruh, that is the most bootleg Filipino type shit that could have ever happened. Like, imagine, right? Imagine you're going to the Philippines, and the Philippines is notorious for making, you know, fake ass jerseys. I got a couple fake ass jerseys back in my place in Daly City. So imagine you go to a shop and you're like, hey, I want a custom Kobe Bryant jersey. Mm-hmm. Let's just go with 24, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you get your jersey, you don't get Kobe Bryant 24, you get Kobe Bryant 2.4.
I'm sick.
I'd be like, bro, like, I want my refund back, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, this is the most Filipino shit ever.
It was pretty funny. I saw it. I was very confused. I thought it was like something that maybe like Nico and Sullivan had planned, where I was just like, okay, maybe if you combine their like numbers, it'll add up to a number.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, okay. And then I was trying to do it. And then I saw Sullivan's. I was like, oh no, they just messed up.
They just hella messed up. But I mean, the jerseys were very nice though.
Yeah.
And despite it being like a messed up number, I'm like, this is pretty cool. It's cool to see a 0.4.
Yeah, it's also interesting because like no one else is going to have a decimal for a number.
Exactly. You know, on a very side note, I've always wondered, like, imagine the Dodgers, for example, right? Mm-hmm. And if they retire every single number, like 00 all the way up to 99, do they go up to like 100?
No.
Or do they do like do they start doing decimals?
Well, I've never seen a triple digit number in the MLB.
Because you can't really call it.
I think they also reserve a certain number, a certain like a certain like a certain limit to the numbers, because our ball boys and ball girls only have like 90s. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. And there was only one pitcher who had a 90 number, and that was Hyunjin Ryu. He was Korean, and he had number 99.
Sick.
Yes.
Sick.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, at what point, like, once you retire all the numbers, like, what do you do at that point? Like, what do you do?
You have to be a really great player to get your number So here's the thing. Like, there's only, I want to say, 6 to 8 numbers retired in the Dodgers organization. And I think after a certain, like, you have to be, like, so the Dodgers can retire as many numbers as they want, but there's still going to be enough numbers for everybody else. You have to be a really, really great player to have your number retired.
Yeah, for sure.
And do a lot for the organization.
For sure. High thoughts. Definitely high thoughts. I've thought about this like maybe once or twice, and I've still never come up with a solution. But anyways, back to it though. Like, I mean, even you know this, babe. Roslyn had me super fucked up yesterday.
Yeah.
So I get a text message like a couple hours before the game, and Roslyn's like, hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you that you're going to be singing like a little after the third quarter. I'm like,
Nico's not a singer.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not a singer, dude. Like, what you want me to do? She was like, oh, lip syncing, actually. I'm going to have you lip sync Don't Stop Believing next to Jules Aurora. If y'all know Jules, she was like a dope singer-songwriter. And I texted her immediately back. I was like, Roz, if you seriously had me singing next to Jules Aurora, that would probably be the worst thing ever. I am not a singer in any... I can do karaoke. That's all I can really do.
That's hella funny.
But then you got like a legit singer...
right next to you.
Right next to me. And you want me to back her up? I'm good, dude.
What's funny?
I mean, I said yes, but I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, you did good, though. I was there. And then my friend Kathy from Dodgers works at Clippers. And she told me, she's like, if I can get the footage for you guys, I will. I was like,
Sick.
great. Thank you.
We want that.
It was so good. You did good.
Thanks, babe. Thanks.
Yeah.
I just like belted it out. I think like at the end of it, Jules was like, dude, you just like, you own that second verse. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I know this. I love this song, but like.
So anyways, shout out to Kathy. Hopefully she gets us that footage.
Yeah, I definitely need that footage. I want to put it on the gram like immediately. But then after the game, right? Well, actually, not even before the game ended. Like, we felt like we still had time to do some stuff. So then me and Jackie decided to go get some micheladas. And we got our boy Fran Boogie with us. And so we basically had to go and seek out these micheladas inside the stadium. Luckily, the bartender was like super cool. And she was like, yeah, you guys are like my 10th customers for the night. So I'll make you guys some micheladas. So we had micheladas. And Fran ended us buying like 3 shots. Well, one each, rather.
One each.
Not 3 shots each. So we drank kind of heavy, like right before we started playing, and like literally.
I didn't play. You drank heavy before you played. I didn't play.
It was pretty. I mean, it was pretty heavy though. Like I was feeling it like right before the game, and then I felt like as soon as like we hopped on the court, it's like all of that just didn't even exist anymore. It's like my body forgot. Yeah, my body forgot that I even had a michelada or a shot.
I think you were so anxious probably that you just like forgot, you know, like your body was just like, okay, we're gonna focus on something else now.
We're gonna do this now. And you know what people don't come to realize, especially when it comes to playing basketball, is that when you're on an NBA court, it is freaking huge. And the people who are playing their average is like at least 6 foot. So it's like their actual strides and how long it takes for them to get up and down the court is significantly less than ours.
I will say, I think an NBA player's like running stride is like maybe 3 of my strides.
Exactly. It's like 3 or 4 strides of us.
And then like one big step for them is like 7 for me. I truly think that.
No, I definitely think that too. So I was being smart about it, y'all, because the last time I played, I was gassed. I kept on running and running. I kept on playing as if we were playing on like a high school court. But what I learned from the last time was that the more I run, the less effective I'm going to be, because I was like wheezing. I was like dry heaving, everything, all the above. I felt like I was going to throw up. And I even dove for like a loose ball the last time I played, and I ended up with a huge ass bruise like on the left side of my body, which is still very much visible today.
Yeah, it's like a permanent like outline of the bruise.
Exactly.
Speaking of, I have like a bump from the bruise that's like I think permanent.
Oh God!
From when I fell it.
Yeah, Jackie fell in my room, and she just has like a permanent bruise now.
Yeah.
But so I learned this time around. I was like, I'm not finna run like that. Everybody else, they could try to run, because we had like some for real ballers on our team. Shouts out to Low, and these dudes were just running and running and running and running and running, and even like the other team, they just kept running. And I'm like, cool, we got this because I know I'm not going to tire myself out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I told Jackie at one point.
So Jackie at one point, what? you signaled me to keep going, but you were the one.
Well,
that
I told Jackie at one point, I was like, hey, like if I score some points, I am going to like look directly at you and just be like, that shot was for you.
Yes,
and that's what I did. I hit 4 points, baby.
Yeah, you did. But the second 2-point thing that he made, 2-point, what is it? Field goal?
2-pointer.
2-pointer. The second 2-pointer that Nico made, he was so tired he didn't look at me. He was just like, fuck this, I'm gonna keep running.
Yeah, well, because like at that point I was just like, dude, like I hit mine. I already pointed at Jackie. I was like, that's the only moment I really wanted for the night. And you know, trying to score 2 points on an NBA like thing is like really freaking hard. It's really hard.
Well, I mean, that's how it is too with like softball and baseball. I think like people always like to say like, oh, well, you know, it's easy. Like baseball looks easy. All you have to do is just swing the bat, blah, 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 blah. But like once you're at the plate and facing either a baseball pitcher or a softball pitcher, it's a completely different story. The way that they can manipulate a ball to go a different direction is absolutely insane. Like the ball's coming straight at you and will just take an immediate curve.
Yeah,
the ball's going straight at you and it'll just go straight down or go straight up. And it's crazy. You can't do that. And when like, I love playing like softball games when it's just like kind of like, like a Sunday league type of thing.
Yeah.
Or like where there's like an employee softball thing at Dodgers, you know? And I'm one of those people that will go all out because I feel for baseball and softball, you kind of do have to go all out, you know?
See,
because it requires athleticism. Like I'm not saying that basketball doesn't, but like it requires a lot of athleticism. Like you're running, you're trying to run to a ball. Like you're not. The ball isn't already with you. You're trying to get to the ball, and you're trying to hit a ball. Like there's just so many different things. And I will say, like if you don't, it's funny when like you play a sport that you've played your whole life. And you play it again when you haven't played in such a long time. The next day, you feel like you were in a car accident and tumbled in the car. And you the next day, you're just in bed and you're just like, why did I ever do this? Why, like,
exactly.
Why am I here right now? I think it took me a good like week to recover, to just be able to go upstairs after I did the employee softball thing at Dodgers.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
I mean, I felt like I needed to take an ice bath after last night. Like my legs, like my ankles were just like cracked. My legs and my knee felt like just so bad. Mm-hmm. And I knew everybody else was more tired.
Oh, absolutely.
The people were like for real trying. And I'm like, yo, like everybody kind of just relaxed. I will say though, that ref was not calling anything our way.
No, he wasn't.
For the first like quarter, he was not calling anything our way.
And we were yelling from the stands too, like, bro, what the heck? And then I remember someone made a 2-pointer, or like they did a layup, and then they like hit his wrist, and I said, and one, and he didn't call it, and I was just like, dog, like, what are you doing here?
He said they don't pay me enough. It's all good, though. We ended up winning by 10, so shouts out to Team Nico, Blitz, Team Myron.
Yeah, shout out to the red team.
Yeah, shout out to the red team. That's all you needed to know. On top of that, too, you know what was also not fair?
What?
Roslyn and E-Rock's team, they had like
80 people?
Yeah, they had like 80 freaking people on their team. We had like three rotations at max. They had like 50.
Yeah, it was funny. Fran doing the commentating of the game, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, y'all got like 80 people over there.
Yeah, they had like a freaking army, dude.
He said, sit down. Y'all got like 80 people over there.
Crazy. Because I was even looking at like the schedule from what Roslyn showed me. And like, you know, there's basically like a do not play list, you know, for players who didn't want to play or, you know, just like play minimally. And literally like Roslyn's team had like 20 people on the do not play list or play minimally. And our team, everybody just wanted to play. I'm just like, bruh, like, I mean, I was gassed. I probably played like 10 minutes in total.
No, you played like a little bit more than that, I think.
Okay, maybe like 15. I probably played 15 minutes in total.
Yeah, you probably played like 15 minutes.
And dude, like the time was just slow. I was having fun, but time was slow. I was like, there's no way like people play like legitimately 30, 40, 50 minutes full of this shit. Like it is ridiculous. But, you know, Filipino Heritage Night, we hope to have it again soon. Well, next year rather. And, hopefully we can do more. Shout out to all the Filipinos because at the end of the day, I think it was just very cool to see a lot of just, Filipino actors, singers, what have you, and just like people of the community who were just there, whether it be like social media brand ambassadors or, along those lines, like.
And just all the families that went too.
Yeah, all the families there. I think J Love Jen was there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and DJ Rymix and Carl Legret, even though he's not Filipino, but Carl Legret was there, Kevin Legret's kid.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's hella funny.
I was like, thanks for supporting the Filipinos. But I do wish that there would be like.
How did you know that?
What? He sent me a message.
Oh,
like,
did he?
Yeah,
really?
He was like, hey, bro, I see you singing. And I was like, ah, shit. Hella people caught me singing this freaking Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
What?
Don't Stop Believing earlier. I had a thought and I like lost my train of thought. When I was younger, my brother and I made a music video to that song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were bored. No, we didn't make a music video, but we were just like, I forgot what we were doing. It was like my brother and I, our summers, like we just literally had each other, so we would do stupid shit all the time.
Yeah.
And that song came on, and I remember performing like a stupid like dance, like if it was a music video in my head. Like to that song, Don't Stop Believing. And then Jacob's there, my brother's just there, like looking at me like my sister's a dumbass. Like, and it was just so funny. Like, I remember like every line. So like the smell of wine and cheap perfume. Like I remember I would do some stupid shit to that and like pretend to put on perfume. And Jacob's looking at me like, what is wrong with her?
I think we need some sort of petition to get this music video resurfaced.
It wasn't a music video. It was just us like being stupid and like just like dancing.
We still need it resurfaced somehow, some way. I want to own the rights to that video.
No.
We're gonna spread its wings.
I remember that like vividly doing that.
We need it.
Anyway.
So what's it gonna take for us to like actually see this video?
Well, I don't even know where the video is.
Wow.
I know. I'm saying like.
Wow, lies.
Jacob and I were like in his room, and I remember we were just like joking around, and I just started dancing, and I think he took a video of me, but I'm not sure if he did. But I remember doing like a whole like routine to that song. It was so funny.
Oh my god. Well, shouts out to Journey, lead singer. He Filipino.
I did not know that.
What?
I did not know that the lead singer of Journey was Filipino until I saw the thing on Jumbotron last night. I was like, wow.
Well, so what happened was the lead singer of Journey, the new lead singer of Journey, I think he became the lead singer around like 2006. But the reason why he became the lead singer was because he was so good at karaoke when it came to Journey songs.
Wow.
That Journey just ended up picking him up and was like, you got to become the next lead singer.
Arnel Pineda.
Yes.
Arnel Pineda.
Shouts out to Arnel Pineda because he just killed it. Can you imagine like your uncle or whatever who was just so good at singing Journey songs that he ends up becoming the lead singer? Somebody told me that story and I was just like, oh, that's like a freaking rags to riches type shit.
That's actually super funny too, though. That's actually super funny too, though, if you think about it.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even scoring 100 on Magic Mike. He was probably at like 200. Like, damn, this guy sounds exactly like Journey.
That's hella funny. That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, super cool, super cool.
Yeah.
But, I do wish there would be like, I guess I want to see like more communities like that, like come together for like the Mexican communities, like I want to see more like nights where like you see Mexican like influencers, singers, actors, and what have you, just all under one roof.
Yeah, I mean, I see it because of Dodgers, but I don't see it like how it is for how Roz sets it up for you guys, for Filipinos.
Yeah.
I don't see it as like we don't, and like there's no one that is like that central for like Mexican influencers, artists, like
Who just knows
entertainment,
everybody.
like people like who just knows everybody, you know? And that's why like I mean, I've told you that I want to create like this Latino mixer and, you know, and just connect everybody that way because it is super cool. And like, don't get me wrong, I love going to like, you know, Filipino Heritage Nights with you and going to like Filipino events with you, but it does kind of put like a damper on me when I'm just like, I wish there was something like this for me to take you to and for me to even just experience, you know?
Yeah.
I want to know people who are in the industry that I'm in, who are like in different industries, and just, you know, I just want to know people like that. And I feel like, I don't know, being in the industry that I am in for a very like short period of time, I do get the sense sometimes that we're not all connected in the sense of like, well, if I don't reach out to them, they're not going to reach out to me. You know?
I feel that.
And there's like, I just feel like there's a very like guarded wall in the sense of like, I don't know if, you know, like I just feel like, and this is just me personally, I could be wrong, but I feel like if I were to reach out to somebody that I want to just, you know, connect with and just say like, hey, my name is Jackie, like, you know, I do this, so-and-so. I'm not trying to get anything out of anybody, but I just want to make the connection. I feel like I wouldn't even get a response. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I think to your point, though, like, it took a whole bunch of, like, trial and error for me to do that with other Filipinos, right? Because I mean, I've said it like over the past couple of years until I came to realize there are actually a lot of Filipinos who are in music. There are a lot of Filipinos who are in the same industry, and it took for me to reach out knowing damn well I could get shot down and just like, you know, this person could just never ever fuck with me anymore. But it took like a lot of like rejection until someone was like, yeah, like let's just do this. And I remember one time I interviewed this artist, shout out to Philip Wolf, but then at the end of the interview, he was just like, you know, you're the only person doing this. You're the only single person throwing down for like Filipinos, and I hope you know that.
My thing is too is that like I want to reach out to people that are like, I guess you could say like competitor like stations. And I feel like I can't do that.
Well, I mean, there's so many people like outside of like even the competitor stations, but I think if we were to keep it like that way, like it was funny. One time it was me, Roslyn, and Good Morning Gabe like in a room. And to give you guys some backstory, like, you know, I DJ for Real 92.3, and Gabe at one point, he DJs for the LA Leakers, which is obviously Power 106. And so in some way, shape, or form, they are competitor, like they are legitimately competitor radio stations. But me and Gabe are like really good friends, and we don't directly work for these stations anymore. So it was funny because when all three of us were in the room, Rosalind's like, oh, I'm sorry, can you guys like, is there like any beef? And we're just like, no, there's like no beef at all. And we were just laughing about it. Like, dude, like this radio shit doesn't mean anything because me and Gabe are friends. But for the first couple of years where I knew Gabe, or at least knew of him, it's like we didn't necessarily follow each other. We knew of each other. And then when we would talk, it would be kind of like, at least in my eyes, it would be kind of awkward because it's like, how much information do we share with each other?
Yeah.
Up until when the pandemic hit, and then, you know, we just end up becoming really good friends.
It's not even about sharing information for me. It's just making that friend connection.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, how much of our lives or just like of anything do we share with each other because we are competitors, you know? So the point that I'm really trying to make is just that like, even if there is somebody who you might have of interest to like talk to in like the Mexican community, for example, and let's say they are at like your direct competitor or someone who you know you want to like fuck with, but like you necessarily just cannot at the time, it's like, it doesn't hurt to like just plant the seed and be like, hey, you know, I know you exist and I know we can't talk to each other, but like I acknowledge the fact that you're doing what you do. Like that's it. Because you don't know how that is going to grow, how that relationship is going to grow like later down the line.
I just feel like it is hard to make friends in this industry.
It is. Yeah.
It's like super hard. It's like sucks, and it's a very toxic industry.
Yeah.
It's just like that's how it is, and that's how I see it, and I've already learned that in the short amount of time that I've been in it.
Yeah.
And like I want to be friends with people, and like I said, I just feel like if I reach out, then I'm not going to get a response. I'm going to be seen as like I don't know. I just feel like I'm not going to be taken seriously. And when in reality, all I want is to just, hey, like I want to connect. I want to build like, you know, a friendship with you, and that's all it has to be. Yeah. But it, like making friends in the entertainment industry is super hard because it goes to like, you know, people are competitive and like it's always one-sided competition.
Yeah.
And then another part of it is people just being stuck up.
Yeah.
Another part of it is people just like plain out ignoring you.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you don't know who to trust. You don't know who to trust in this industry.
Well, I think it just goes back to like forming that relationship early and just knowing that like even though we can't like hang out or grab lunch or like for real connect like that, it's like just acknowledging that like you guys exist is like that's the easiest thing you could do.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
You know. But, you know, we are thankful to be in this industry for sure. And we are thankful for each and every one of you. And it is Thanksgiving, hopefully, by the time you guys are listening to this podcast. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. We did want to, like, briefly go over, like, I guess our Thanksgiving traditions. Because at least, like, when it comes to our motherlands, whether it be, like, Mexico or, like, the Philippines, like, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's like no traditional sense of like how Filipinos celebrate Thanksgiving or like how Mexicans celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but my family, like we don't have, you know, stuffing and cornbread and, you know, like everything that you would see in like
a traditional
table setting of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Mexicans and Latinos celebrate Thanksgiving with tamales, pozole. My dad cooks gordenices, which are little baby hens.
Fire, by the way.
Yes, and they're having that this year. And then, like, we'll have conchas, we'll have champurrado, we'll have, like, you know, just all different types of Mexican food. We have Mexican rice. We have, like, you know, I know sometimes we have birria for Thanksgiving, and we're definitely not the traditional turkey and ham. Well, we do have ham. Sometimes my dad cooks it.
Yeah.
But we're definitely not the traditional cornbread, like stuffing, green beans, and everything else. No, we're very Mexican with it, and I look forward to the holidays because that's tamale season. And it always just hits. Like
tamale season, that's a thing?
Tamale season is a thing, and that's the holiday season. That's the holiday season. And that, you know, that like from November up until like mid-January, you're always going to have tamales in your house. Someone's going to be making tamales, and you're always going to have tamales to take home after every like family gathering during the holidays.
But wait, why is that time like tamale season?
Because tamales is just like it's just our thing.
That's just what it is?
It's just what it is. Like, it's just what it is. And we like, a lot of people will make batches and batches and take orders of tamales for like around the holiday season, and it's just a thing. There's pork, there's chicken tamales, there's queso, there's dulce tamales. It's crazy.
That's so interesting because I would think like, like the cold months, whether it be, November all the way up to January would have been, what is it? The soup? Pozole? Pozole? Yeah, I thought it would be like pozole season.
Well, pozole is like a very like staple dish too around the holiday season, but tamales are like a warm, like, dish too. And yeah. And I don't know. It's like, it's just a thing. I don't know. Let me look that up real quick if there's a reason why.
I mean, that's why.
I don't think so. I mean, tamales are...
It's just tamale season. Yeah,
it's just tamale season. I mean, tamales you can have year round, but during like the holiday season,
it's
we just call
special.
it... Yeah, it's just extra special. And it's always like, I don't know, to me, tamale... This is me, but like, to me, tamales just symbolize like family and like warmth and holidays. And that's how it is for me. Like, I just know that holiday season means tamales.
Damn, you know what I just thought? It must be very hard to be like, I guess not eat meat if you're Mexican. Because the tamales, for example, it's like you got the pork tamale, you got the chicken tamale, you got all those tamales.
But then you have like queso ones too. So there's cheese ones. And then you have rajas, which are like string bean ones. And then there's also dulce ones, which are kind of like very sweet. Dulce means candy, but I don't think it's with candy. I think it's just very like sweet.
I was about to say, like, if there's like a whole bunch of candies inside the tamale, I don't know if I want that.
I don't know necessarily how to make the dulce ones, so that's why I don't know what exactly goes into them. But it is a very sweet taste. And I can't. My favorite ones are the pork ones, the red ones, and then the chicken ones, the verde ones. But I don't really like the queso and the dulce tamales. That's my opinion. Don't come for me.
See, I feel like I could probably lean into like the queso one. Like not saying like it's my favorite one because I definitely need chicken or something.
I can eat the queso one if I put like hella salsa on it and like hella tapatio on it.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But I'm sure you also put hella tapatio and whatnot on like the chicken or the beef one.
Yeah, that too. But also too, so there's some people that eat tamales with ketchup, and I think that's so weird. Yeah, like I know some people that do that, and I don't want to try it. I don't want to, like, it just, no, I can't. But there are some people that eat their tamales with ketchup. I just put salsa and tapatio on mine. Salsa or tapatio.
Yeah, that seems okay. I just don't know. Ketchup just always seems like something for fries or something with potatoes.
Yeah, like I can't. No, I can't do that. Some people say it's really good, and I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right. I just remember one time I actually ate like, I think it was the first time I had tamales with you. I actually ate like the wrapper.
Oh,
I ate the wrapper of the tamale.
He ate the corn, the actual like corn. Corn, what is it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like the corn wrapping like around it. Like, because I didn't know you had to do, like, Jackie just gave it to me and I was like, okay, it's kind of like, you know, it's a little rough. But I was like, but if they eat it, whatever. I'm going to just eat it. So I literally just took a chunk off of that. And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, you gave me this tamale. She was like, well, you have to unwrap it first and eat what's inside.
Yeah, my bad. I thought you had eaten a tamale before. My bad.
No, that's because on Thanksgiving, and there's no traditional Filipino Thanksgiving thing. Thanksgiving for Filipinos is just like any other Filipino party, except that my family does like one specific thing different.
What?
Like, you're still going to get the lumpia. Mm-hmm. You're still going to get the pancit.
I'm so excited
My sister's a dope chef, so, she'll make like some pasta. She'll slice up some garlic bread, whatever.
I'm so excited
We'll get some ham. But what my family does, again, since there's no traditional Filipino Thanksgiving type thing, we go to Popeyes. And when you go to Popeyes and you get that Cajun turkey that they be selling during the holidays, oh my God. That is insane. That is the best thing you can ever get for Thanksgiving.
If we don't have the Popeyes Cajun turkey this year with your family, I'm going to be very upset because this is going to be the first Thanksgiving I'm spending with your family. And You always rave about this
Oh, no.
stupid fucking turkey from Popeyes.
Oh no, we're gonna get it. Me and my dad were literally just talking about this Popeyes turkey.
I'm sick.
Because when it first started, I mean, this happened before I left for LA. So like a little before 2014, we were always choosing between a KFC turkey, which is insane because it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, but y'all selling a turkey out of nowhere. And then we just started going with the Popeyes one. And the Popeyes Cajun fried turkey is just top tier. Like, because sometimes you
Shout
go
out to Popeyes.
dude, sometimes you go to like a Thanksgiving, like the turkey's dry as shit. And it's just
Yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
like what kind of freaking turkey? Like you need gravy with this. But the Popeyes one, oh my god, you don't need nothing. Just pop that thing in the oven. You are good.
Yeah. So something that like around Thanksgiving time when there's like a lot of Friendsgivings, like I always sign up to bring the mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
Because I could just go to KFC and get like hella mashed potatoes and hella gravy, just put it in a bowl that I have at home and just be like, here you guys go.
I feel that.
And people don't know the difference.
They don't.
They know.
You know, for Friendsgiving, what I end up doing, like I end up going to like a Popeyes, or I actually go to KFC for this, but I will buy hella like macaroni.
Oh my God.
Or like the macaroni pasta, whatever, and I'll just put hella in like a little bowl, and people will be like, "Oh yeah, I brought this shit right here."
Oh yeah,
I'm like the worst person you want to invite to bring food for like a Friendsgiving, because if you ever told me on a Friendsgiving, like, "Yeah, Nico, pick whatever you want to bring," I'll be like, "Cool, I'm bringing utensils, motherfucker," because I know for sure everybody in this bitch is gonna need some freaking utensils. Everybody else in here can cook. I'll bring the essentials though.
Yeah, I just signed up for mashed potatoes because it's easy. I could buy it at KFC.
Amen to that.
Period.
Amen to that.
It's a life hack.
I think, didn't we actually do that last year?
No, we didn't because we started after Thanksgiving. Speaking of.
No, but I remember we were like in line at a KFC. I think we were going to like your friend's Friendsgiving. Or maybe it was like for your family.
It was for my family. Yeah, we were doing it for my family because we were having steaks at the house. And
yes,
then, we were having steaks at the house,
yes.
and we went to KFC to get mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it was literally the longest KFC line just to grab some damn mashed potatoes. Like we were literally in that thing for like 30 minutes. And like we didn't even get too much. We literally just
got two large
ones, and it wasn't huge.
No.
It's kind of what we needed, but it was like, dude, we kind of should have just made this shit on our own.
We should have just went inside.
Yeah, we should have just walked inside. Like, whatever though.
Anyway.
But Thanksgiving food is like just the best.
Holidays are the best.
Yeah. So Jackie's actually going to be spending Thanksgiving over at my place this year, because what we end up doing for the holidays, rather how we started last year, was that we're going to be alternating during the holidays. So last year we spent Thanksgiving over here in LA.
We spent Thanksgiving and New Year's over here in LA.
Yes. And then we also spent Christmas back in the Bay Area. So this time around, we'll be spending Thanksgiving and New Year's with my family, and then Christmas with her family.
Yeah. And I'm super excited for you to be here at Christmas. Christmas is fun. We do games at Christmas too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Loteria?
No. Well, yeah, I mean we can, but like we do more of like this ornament game. My aunt loves to do games like at Christmas.
Okay.
Well, we do this ornament game where like we have a spoon in our mouth, and then we have to put an ornament, and then like we run across the room with the ornament on the spoon. We dump it into a bowl, and then we come back, and then like we just keep on going back and forth, and you have like a minute to get as many as you can.
What the hell?
And then my aunt always has gifts as the prizes, so you get to pick the gift that you want and then open it. And then there's another one where she gets like, she has like a huge saran wrap ball, and there's like however many of us at the table, and like inside the saran wrap ball there's different like different prizes. So like you can get like a Starbucks gift card, you can get like it's all hidden inside the huge saran wrap ball, but the only way you can unwrap it is with oven mitts. And then the next person has to roll like a 5 or something on a dice. And once they roll it, they take it from you and then they start doing it. But you have to do it quick to get all the prizes.
To get the prizes. Okay, that makes sense.
So
that sounds cool. I'm super excited for Christmas then.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Well, happy holidays, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. We do want to say over here at the Mexipino podcast, we are extremely thankful for you.
Yes, we're extremely grateful, thankful, and anything that you guys have, whether it's leaving a comment, reposting, sending us a message, buying one of our t-shirts, subscribing to our Patreon, subscribing to our YouTube, listening, downloading our episodes, anything. You guys are truly a family to us too. You're the Mexipino family, and we're really grateful and thankful for you guys. This wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you guys too.
Exactly. And we are actually creeping up on our 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
So we are right there. The next episode, even though it falls on a Tuesday when we normally drop everything, I guess it'll kind of be like the early 1-year anniversary of Mexipino podcast. So thank you guys for rocking with us, man.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Thank you for everyone who went to the Mexipino Food Fest. We're gonna plan our LA one very, very soon, hopefully.
Yes.
And just stay updated with that. Yeah.
Amen to that. My name is Nico Blitz.
And I'm Jackie Ramirez.
And this is the Mexipino podcast. Happy Thanksgiving.
Adios.